This story begins with the war between the hero party and the demon god. Our protagonist Mikhail is shocked to find that the hero warrior possessed immense strength and received the power to kill the demon god has perished. The hero warrior lay dead, a demon spear piercing his heart. They used up all of their resurrection spells and don't have any means to revive him. His comrades were equally devastated, unable to comprehend what had happened. Their hopes of victory had been reduced to ashes in an instant. The elf archer and the beast men had come to him seeking a way to defeat the demon god, considering he is an archmage of the ninth circle. Mikhail said that he has various spells prepared but is under the presumption that the hero is still alive, and right now all of that is meaningless. You should be the leader on this mission, not that fool of a hero, the beast men angrily said. Mikhail felt an unbearable weight of guilt and regret on his shoulders. He had been chosen as a hero candidate just like the warrior, yet he gave up the honor. He felt as though he was not worthy, and that the hero warrior was much more capable. Mikhail held himself responsible for the tragedy. It was his mistake that the hero warrior had become the leader. The demon god roared with a deafening force, signaling his attack on the group. Mikhail suggested preparing the strongest magic to take on the demon god, but it would take some time. Everyone agreed that they would have to buy this precious time to cast the strongest spell. The brave beast man volunteered to make the first move and was accompanied by the elf archer who would provide cover from the back. Although they were brave and determined, it was no match for the demon god's strength. Despite the team's best attempts, the beast man, the elf, and the priest all perished one by one. Their courage and strength are not enough to overcome such a powerful foe. Now it is up to him to fight the demon god, and everyone bought him enough time, providing him with the resources he needed to complete the powerful magic of the ninth circle. Meteor strike. An enormous meteor descended from heaven and struck the demon god and its minions. However, he knows that it is not enough and that changing the situation with his magic is impossible due to the fact that he is not the hero. When it seemed as if all hope was lost, Mikhail is still not easy to surrender and bet all his magic circles to perform the supreme spell. This magic was so powerful, and it had the potential to rewrite the common sense of the world. But the exchange is not cheap for the 10-circle magic. Mikhail knew the cost of this spell. He knew that if it worked, it could potentially make all the tragedies of the past disappear and create a better future for all. He broke his 9 circles and the mana in his body starts to run out of control. Even so, he has to endure it. It was a desperate moment, but Mikhail reached it. A powerful spell that seemed like something of an impossibility, a theory that had never been put into actual practice. Mikhail called it Rewind, a spell capable of reshaping the past and bringing back lost lives. Unfortunately, Mikhail wasn't able to finish the spell. The magic that he cast at the cost of everyone's lives even wasn't enough. Before the demon god could finish him off, he made a promise. If a miracle were to occur, and the magic he had cast was able to help them even in the slightest, he would do better next time. Mikhail was outraged and vowed to never allow an unqualified man to become the hero and never again put their lives in the hands of a man so unqualified. Someone calling, young master, Mikhail feels that it's a familiar voice. It's butler Mordin, a mysterious butler directly reporting to the patriarch. After waking up and adjusting a little, Mikhail rushed to question Mordin what is currently the date. Butler Mordin answered. He traveled back 20 years back and did it. The regression magic that he thinks is not completed is achieved. The success rate is 1% and even labeled the impossible technique. He successfully did it. Mikhail checked his circle first. Mikhail had a feeling of disappointment wash through him as he looked at the circle drawn in front of him. Despite being born into the prestigious Walpurgis family, which was renowned for its magical powers, he had only managed to reach a 3rd circle and it was far from complete. Mikhail had his hand on his forehead and felt something strange. He was wearing a bandage. Puzzled, still trying to get his bearings, he tried to remember what had happened. He deducts that he's beaten to a pulp by Eileen after Eileen asks for their engagement to be broken. Mikhail had been engaged to a beautiful swordswoman named Eileen Lindell, a family of swordsmen, until he was 20 years old. He can never forget the humiliation that happened to him when a stupid boy begging Eileen. The sting of Eileen's condescending gaze lingered in Mikhail's heart, and there was no way he could ever forget the humiliation he felt on that day. Now Mikhail insists Mordin to go and said he have something need to do. Mordin spoke worriedly and advised Mikhail not to meet with the young lady. After the butler left, Mikhail lost himself in deep thought. This was all because of the hero he was thinking about, Siegfried. He was a fool of a warrior and would create unnecessary havoc with his misguided sense of righteousness and unbending adherence to his principles, resulting in many deaths of normal citizens. He was always so confident in his decisions. Despite the heavy responsibilities they entailed, he rarely listened to others no matter how wise their advice may be. Mikhail is now determined to uphold the promise he made to himself this time. Thank you for watching. If you want part 2, hit that like button and subscribe for more.